Greetings, everyone. Here's Lodrik, and this is the game War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my play-by-email match against KilRoy. He is the commander of the Allied forces, and for me, it is the Empire of Japan. This is scenario 1, and no modifications, everything very standard, and 1 day turn setup. This is now the day after the not so successful carrier strike against Ceylon with loss of I think up to 40 of my strike aircrafts. Luckily, on the other hand, I was able to defeat all of the British attempt to sink my carriers, and I shut down, I think, up to 70 British fighter and bombers in the attempt to, sink my ships. So it was still a better kill ratio for me, but at the end it was so horrible high losses on my side that I think make this decision to call back my carriers and return to Saigon and maybe come back another day. So here attack Wake Island, submarine destroyers, nothing happens. Also corvettes are now patrolling the east coast of Australia, and corvettes are always powerful, and here 2 hits and already heavy damage on my rowboat. Of course rowboats are the smallest fleet submarines the Japanese have. But again, this kind of equipment don't need a dozen hits to sink a submarine. Here it's really 3-4 hits and then you have already the kill. So it's getting more and more dangerous. This is also my counter strike on Marcus Island after KilRoy kicked me out of my original base. Now I'm back here and try to reconquer Japanese territory. I sent 3 Navy Guard units in. The only problem is that I have now in the Central Pacific not really heavy ships to support all of this kind of invasion stuff. I also don't have more than amphibious assault bonus, so I must unload now regularly. So I'm not sure how high is the unloading, but it's of course now much slower than before. So I need more time, not only one pulse to unload all of my ships. But this is depending how full is your ship. So this is why it makes sometimes more sense to have many ships and every ship have only like at 10% of the maximum load capacity. So you can unload faster with more ships. At the same time, some patrol boats are here at Fiji, but not really much more activity. So far, only some submarines looking around the seas. And KilRoy submarines was never able to intercept my carriers, so I always avoid to have a direct confrontation. Now the air war in China. Nothing too special here. Decent amount of kills or disabled squads. And here you can see they're all dying. They're out of supplies. No real direct link to any base. Well, a little too fast. Good. This is now New Zealand. The Vincent's still bombarding my Navy Guard units, but often don't hit. And some Hudsons, I think, out of mole mine, but also not really with much efficiency. Yeah. More unloading. And hopefully, because I'm now forced to make a shock attack, maybe I can reconquer this island. Yeah. First my tanks catching up with the enemy heavy artillery, and they surrender. Not more much left, so this was only support stuff. Now shock attack on Marcus Island, and KilRoy bring in a lot of base forces and artillery and anti-aircraft stuff, so he won't normally use this base as, I think, a main base for the future operations, and you can see that my attack failed. I have here much more attack value, 170 to 100, but I was not able to get my attack value on the table. Only 7 to 27 at the end. So this is it was a failed attack. It's not that the allies losing nothing, but this was a failure, and now I have only a chance to normally load my troops again, call them back. Here's some bombardment on Saipan. This is only a broken forces to KilRoy was able to land here. And this is now, I still have more attack value than the allies, more or less. KilRoy can maybe not push me out of or off the map, but I'm for sure also not able to conquer Marcus Island. But I have much more units than Japan, so I simply maybe load this Navy Guard guys, call them back to Japan, let them rest there for 1 or 2 weeks, then they're back at full strength, and at the same time I can load already the next 3 Navy Guards. And then maybe the next guys have more luck. Or I need a little more heavy cruiser bombardment support and simply suppress enemy units a little more. Because this is a small island, if you shell them long enough, I think there's simply nothing left. Good. So we have no air war, the opposite than yesterday. Each side lost 1 airplane. There was also no engagement with any ships, so no sinking sound, so nothing. Because there was no real activity, we have also no change here in China. Everything is fine, status quo. I also have not enough forces to really go on for Rangoon, so I simply wait now for reinforcements wherever I can get them, and I try to push here a little more in the center. Yeah, I wait normally more or less for the Thai forces to link up. The carriers here in the Pacific, they're only going back. There's not more to say. KilRoy don't hunt me, and I'm out of range already. And also, the British lost, I think, most of the strike force yesterday, so there is maybe no air force really left to hunt me. The Darwin operation is going on. I simply try to catch up all of these fleeing Australian forces and see where KilRoy maybe try to create the next line of defense. Not that I really won't go here too south. I mean, in most aggressive thinking, I maybe take all of these northern bases here in the future. No activity around Tulagi, New Caledonian. KilRoy focus on Central Pacific. There was a sub somewhere here, but now I cannot see more. South Pacific looks for quiet. Wake is under blockade, but the question is how long I can do this. The attack on Marcus Island was a failure at the end, so my units are all disabled. Mostly, this little is too little to really take any actions anymore. My disabled units can still defend but not attack, so it's always in favor for the defender. And I think my cruisers are also out of shells, so I cannot really support here anything more. I think it's really the best. Simply load these 3 guys and try it the next time. At least the base is damage. And I'm not sure how much is left for KilRoy to use this first. Yeah. More I cannot really say. There was only this heavy damage sub already. Yeah. So this sub get I think 2 hits and already heavy flotation damage. Luckily the engine damage and the system damage is okay, so I can try to now return to Nomaya getting emergency repair and then it's fine. Anything else I can say? No. I'm still waiting for my main forces to arrive with Hamilton and then I can walk on Auckland. So maybe 1 week more. Thank you all. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.